All right, guys. Happy Friday. Hope you're all doing well out there. It's currently about, what time is it? I'm losing track of time, guys. About 1 p.m. on the East Coast, and it's actually a pretty gloomy Friday here in New Jersey. By the way, where are you watching this video from? Let me know in the comments. If you're in the United States, what state, what city are you watching this video from? And if you're outside of the U.S., what country, what city? Let me know down below in the comments, and let's just dive into it. We're going to break down Sofi, the charts, what I'm looking to do here with Sofi stock, and we'll also cover the indexes here on this beautiful Friday afternoon, guys. So let's dive into it. If y'all find value, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and let's just talk, man. Cheers, by the way. I got some coffee here. Probably need a coffee or another coffee pretty soon here, but yeah, let's just dive into it. As again, we've had a couple of days here to digest SoFi's earnings, and it's about 1 p.m. on the East Coast, pretty much right in the middle of the day. So SoFi is currently up around 0.9%. Now it's at $7 roughly and 80 cents. Earlier we hit 7.90 actually about looks like 20 minutes ago, and that's after hitting 747 this morning. We actually hit that at about 9:35, 9:40 a.m. on the East Coast, that is, and that took the low out from yesterday. You guys can see yesterday SoFi hit about 755, 757, and well, we broke under that, got to 747, and we've actually recovered, rebounded a good chunk from that point, but still, we're under the highs from the pre-market and from yesterday at open, where SoFi opened at about $8 yesterday. In the pre-market, it was almost at 805, 810. So SoFi is continuing to, I guess you can say, downtrend, quote unquote, since the earnings came out. If I pull up the 5-day, you guys can see we ran all the way to 945. That was a big move there for SoFi. And I was hoping it would hold some of those gains, but it didn't in the short term, which it is what it is, guys. I'm in this for the long term, so it's not that big of a deal, but hey, it shot up 25%, and since that point, we've pretty much seen those gains vanish, poof, just like that, go out the window, right? As again, we just hit 747 this morning, 750, let's round up a bit, which is essentially where we were before the earnings even came out. So you guys can see now we're right back to that support from pre-earnings, and we held it yesterday and today, which is a good sign overall for the bulls. Now we're actually starting to rally, break above the 50 and the 180 SMAs here on the 5-day. That is a good sign, pretty good, right? But still, clearly, we're noticing a descending triangle here on the 5-day, 5-minute. SoFi, lower highs are being made into that 750 support, which again we held. Now we're bouncing off of it. We're at 780, which is nice, but we're not fully breaking out of this triangle quite yet in terms of us getting a leg up like that or anything. We're not seeing any signs of that quite yet, which we might at some point. Moving forward at some point next week. But as of now, we have this descending triangle with a couple more hours to go in this session today. Let's see how this plays out. If it even plays out, which honestly probably won't happen today. Never say never, though, in the stock market, guys. But overall, that's kind of what I'm seeing on this 5-day, 5-minute. And on the 10-day, 30-minute chart, you guys can see that pretty much the same thing. Even better on this time frame, actually. And you notice how now we have a death cross. We're under both moving averages on this 30-minute chart for SoFi, which we were just above both moving averages. And we had a golden cross a couple of hours ago. Or a couple of days ago, excuse me. So yeah, what direction are we going to pick? Do we break back over 820, start moving past this, this trend line, the descending triangle, or do we see the descending triangle play out and SoFi does start dumping back under 750 towards 7? Maybe it goes under 7, which, full disclosure, that's where I'm looking to buy more SoFi, add more to my position, although I did buy a little bit more today, guys. I nibbled some more, I believe, I'm forgetting the exact. I think it was this morning in the 750s. Yeah, it definitely was about 2 hours ago. It was about 2 hours ago. I probably should have wrote down the price, but I just bought, a couple more shares at market. Sometimes I do, well, a lot of the time I do limit orders, but today I was just like, whatever, market order, boom, put it in. I think it filled at like 760, something like that. I'll pin a comment if I remember down below where I did get filled, but I did add more earlier today, and I am planning on buying even more SoFi, guys. Again, if it does, excuse me, fall under 7 into the 6s, I'm looking to buy more. So yeah, I've been buying this thing over the past couple of months. You guys know that, and I am holding for the long term. So yeah, this week has been pretty rocky, to say the least. From SoFi going up 25%, their first gap profitable quarter, 2 cents that beat the break even that was expected by the analysts, to the stock going up. Now the stock erased all the gains. But think about it, guys. The story's pretty much the same. Doesn't really matter what the stock does in the short term, because if the fundamentals play out long term, which I believe they are in SoFi's case, sure. If the growth slows down a bit, like Morgan Stanley, the strong sell analyst said yesterday, sure. If that happens, all right, it might happen for all we know. But long term, look, I think the company is going to steady grow. Probably not at 35% like they just did, but in the 15-20% range, 25%, excuse me, for quite some years to come, I think is in the cards. And you got to realize when you're investing in a stock, guys, in the short term, it's going to go all over the place. That's the reality of the matter. It is going to go all over the place. But if you're right on the story, the fundamentals, if things materially pan out, usually the stock price follows the fundamentals long term, the earnings trajectory, the revenue, right? If things keep on growing, yes, yes, in the short term, stocks might do whatever, but long term, they typically follow the fundamentals of a business. Well, they do follow. That's kind of the idea. If you pick a company that succeeds over years, the stock will do well. I think SoFi is going to be in that category. I could be wrong, but hey, I'm in it. I'm buying more. I bought more today, looking to buy more over the coming weeks, and we'll see how it plays out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys, about SoFi. And by the way, guys, if you have not gone up to 15 stocks yet from Moo, what are you waiting for, man? Use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moo. Open up your account and fund it with your initial $100 deposit. You get 5 stocks, and fund it with at least $1,000. You get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 stocks, each up to $2,000. By the way, guys, unbelievable deal, so get on it. Use that Moo link down below. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Let's continue on here very briefly and talk about these indexes. Let's see what's going on here before I do wrap up this video. So again, it's about 1 p.m. right now, and we have the small caps taking a bit of a beating. The Russell is down about 1% today, but forget about the Russell, because the NASDAQ, are you guys ready for this, is up 1.6%. Almost at another all-time high. It's probably going to hit it, if you ask me, whether it be today or at some point next week. Yeah, man, the NASDAQ, another all-time high on the horizon as we got earnings, from the big tech companies the past couple of days, Amazon, Alphabet, Microsoft, Apple, you name it, Meta, which is up big time right now. So triple Q's up a nice chunk. S&P 500 SPY is up about 1%. That just hit an all-time high. Today it looks like $500 could be right around the corner for this, which is pretty insane, guys. Look at SPY's run just from the end of October, from 408 now to 493. It is up 21%, which is just insane. The S&P's up over 20% since the last or the end of October. So essentially the past 90 days, it is up 20%. That's just 3 months. I mean, that is not that long of a time horizon, and it's up big time thanks to a lot of these big tech names. I mean, look, Meta is up 21% right now. It's at 480. It hit 485 earlier. And look at how much this has gone up in just the past couple of months. I mean, look, Amazon is another one that's up big time right now. AMZN's the ticker. And look how much this has gone up over the last couple of months. Today it's up 3% or 8% rather. It is up even more from the end of October. We're talking 50%. And we have Google up. I mean, you name it. All of these have done very well. Well, I guess Google has sold off a bit recently in the past couple of days since earnings, which I'm actually eyeing up a potential buying opportunity here to kind of average into my position, which I've held Google for a long, long time at this point, and I always nibble throughout the quarters, right? So I'm looking to add a little bit more here potentially moving forward. I actually bought more Google a couple of weeks ago as well. So I kind of look at the stock whenever it dips a good chunk. I add a little bit more. Nothing crazy, as again, it's already my biggest individual stock holding. But either way, man, Google, that's one that did pretty well. It's still up a lot from October, but obviously down a couple percentage points over the past couple of days. But yeah, what do you guys think, man? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe. And of course, don't forget to follow me on X and on TikTok at Stocks Talk Stocks. And I'll catch you guys later.